Orders have come in for an emergency sortie. A major air engagement is taking place as we speak between Belka and the Allied forces near the border, in the B-7R airspace, which Belka is committed to defend at all costs. B-7R, commonly known as the Round Table, has long been a symbol of Belka's political, military, and industrial might. However, at noon today, along with its lightning-quick commencement of Operation Battle Axe, the Allied forces officially announced the permanent abrogation of its non-aggression treaty at the Assembly of Nations, and simultaneously attacked B-7R with a massive fighter squadron. This mission may be our chance to finally end the Belkan War once and for all. I wish you luck.
The sky is too crowded. That's what I'm up here for. While you're up here fighting for peace, tons of blood is being shed on the ground. Some peace, kid. And I'm here to put an end to that. You think you can stop bloodshed by shedding more blood? Flying one of those ideals swimming around in your head is gonna get you killed.
Galm Team, multiple craft approaching. Something's wrong. Stay alert.
Target is in firing range. Schnee 1 to all units. Release your missiles. Schnee 4 to Schnee 1. Target confirmed on radar. Inhaled.
They've got a lock. Break.
Stay on guard. Those guys can fire long-range missiles. Flank right! Flank right! You've got to fly faster.
Launch! Launch!
Where'd that attack come from?
Enemy radar blips are fading. I have a feeling the radar's been jammed.
Jamming. Radar response dropping.
There's an escort craft with ECMs that's interfering with the radar.
Belkan jammer aircraft is down. I can see everything. It's alright! Clark's 2, Clark's 2. The missile didn't connect.
Warning, the enemy's locked onto you.
Long-range missile approaching. Break! Missed.
Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar. Radar lock. Bandits in gun range. Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar. Galm 1, missile evaded. Locked on.
A single red wing. I've heard of this pilot. Captain, I'll take up the rear. Those steel mercenaries. This is gonna be fun. Go to Clark 2. This one is fast. This flying is unpredictable. My squadron will bask in the glory if we get through this alive. This is our turf, and we'll fly how we please.
Missile evaded.
I'm following the captain's lead. We're gonna reclaim your superiority at the round table.
Locked on.
Don't be too hasty. Just fly as you always do, and we can win this.
Target hit.
That guy was unbelievable. He did all this with those limited contacts. Aircraft, push on it now. Demon abductive. So that's how it's a demon lord? Let the Schnee team deal with him.
Bandits in gun range.
Don't do anything reckless. You only distract the Schnee squadron.
Locked on.
Watch out. The enemy's tracking you on radar.
Approaching gun range.
Watch out. The enemy's locked onto you.
Locked on.
Yeah! Cipher just bagged a bandit! Demon, report of the round team.
All targets within combat airspace are down. Operation complete.
Yo, buddy. You still alive?
We were victorious in the B-7R engagement. The round table is finally toppled. Incidentally, the pilot in the F-14D was an enemy ace. He was personally responsible for shooting down dozens of our planes. Belka is no longer a threat.
My pulse raced at the astounding accomplishments of the mercenary known as Demon Lord. I forgot about my job and read everything I had on hand. Around the time Demon Lord received his nickname, South Belka showed signs of weariness regarding the war. Because the region was set up as a defense line to protect the birthplace of Belka in the north, the people's dissatisfaction had reached a climax. The cities declared themselves demilitarized and peacefully surrendered to the Allied forces. Unable to establish a defensive position, the Belkan army kept retreating to the north. The end of the war was fast approaching. I was given an opportunity to interview the former aces of the Belkan Air Force. Back then, they were the masters of the sky, and they had also known him. So I crossed the border to follow his trail. I wanted to capture the war and the Demon Lord from their point of view, to capture the voices of those who were there. Bernard Schmidt, a man with the eyes of an owl. Galm Team commander, former member of the Belkan Air Force. 10th Air Division, 8th Tactical Fighter Squadron. Fighting with distinguished service on the battlefield, he earned the title of Ace with his uncanny ability to adapt quickly to the flow of battle.
I had a bad feeling while I was flying towards the round table. Why were they having problems down in 2 mercenaries? I figured it was just temporary chaos and it'd be over by the time I got there. Pilots of the Belkan Air Force are true professionals, but when I saw the situation, I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought maybe my IFF was malfunctioning. There were still 2 enemies on the radar. Everyone else in my squadron had the same reaction. This is really happening. Every now and then, guys like that appear on a battlefield. Someone special, you know? I squinted my eyes and confirmed the situation. Checked the terrain, air currents, his plane, his maneuvers, and his remaining ammo. I figured I could do it. I knew what I was getting into, but he still outmaneuvered me beyond my expectation.
Galm Team is number 2, former member of the Belkan Air Force. 5th Air Division, 23rd Tactical Fighter Squadron. Rainer Altman. He flew the skies of Directus during the capital's liberation, and he's still there to this day.
I met him above this very sky. I can still hear the sound of the missile alerts from that day. I received an order to fly to Directus on my way back from an intercept mission on the southern defense line. The order itself wasn't unusual. We kept being deployed from one mission to the next without receiving even the basic maintenance. But the situation was the same all around. We were late reaching the operational space. The station squadrons had already retreated, and warning bells were going off in the city. And the people were looking up to his plane, high above the sky. It felt like he could see right through me. He was always one step ahead of me. He matched every combat maneuver I made until I used up every trick in the book.
Schnee Team Commander, former member of the Belkan Air Force, 22nd Air Division, 4th Tactical Fighter Squadron. Eric Hillenbrand. He never had great ambitions. All he ever hoped for was to make a living as a regular pilot. Today he works as a flight instructor for civilian pilots.
The instant he shot me, I pulled the lever. I barely managed to escape from my plane as it burst into flames. After drifting from the blast, I landed below the round table. It was a wide-open, barren wasteland. How long would I have to wait for a rescue party? Radio interference within the round table was fierce. The odds of a distress signal actually reaching anyone was low. I was at a loss for what to do. Anyway, I'd really gone out with a bang this time. I took that as a sign it was time for me to retire. But just then, I heard a roaring overhead. It was his plane. I was jealous of his calm flying form. Rather than wait for the rescue team, I began to walk toward the nearest base. I was driven by desire to get back up there and fight him again. Of course, it did take me 3 days to get there.
Every time I flew with him, his skill stood out. He was unstoppable. He would ascertain the situation in an instant and change the tide of battle. He was born for combat. It was no wonder they called him a demon lord. That said, it was hell trying to keep up with him. Before long, everyone had taken notice of him. More and more would show up to watch him go off on sortie. Mercenaries or maintenance crew, it didn't matter. People wanted to burn his image to their memories. Hell, they weren't the only ones.